the complete audio guide for filming weddings. And of course, before we get into it, this is the kit that I have. So take from the video whatever makes sense to your workflow, because what works for me might not work for you. Anyways, let's get into it. So if we're gonna start with something, if you're gonna build your audio kit from scratch, it has to be with lavs. So these bad boys, the lavaliers, these are the stars of any wedding. So right here, I got the DJI Mic 2. These are wireless mic, but I treat them as lavs. I hook them up with lavs, and I rely on their internal recording capabilities. They're high quality, never failed on me, and they're 32-bit floats, so no complaints over here. And then I have over here the trusty Tascam DR10L Pro. This is literally the industry standard lavalier mic, and of course you gotta yourself have one of these or at least two in your kit as well. These are high quality mics, 32-bit float as well, so I don't have to worry about the levels. And for you guys who don't know what 32-bit float means, so it is the audio dynamic range of your mic. So 32-bit float means that your mic is very flexible, that it can catch and save you from clipping. So for example, if your speaker or whoever you're recording started talking louder, then your audio won't really clip, and then you're gonna be able to actually save it. And the opposite, if your speaker started actually talking quieter, then you're gonna be able to actually adjust the gains and adjust the levels without distorting the audio. So usually these three are kind of enough for me, because one goes on the groom, one goes on the officiant, and sometimes, depends on the circumstances, another one goes on the bride. And then I got my trusty Sony sleeve mic, and I keep calling it Sony sleeve mic, but that's not the name for it, obviously. It's ICD TX660. Now you know why I call it the Sony sleeve mic. If you can actually see it, it's over here. I can't really stop talking about this mic. I keep recommending it to all my colleagues. This mic should be in every videographer's kit. It's super easy to deal with. You turn it on, you click record, and that's it. You've got yourself a nice backup. And when you partner this bad boy with the mic sleeve as well, then it can become super convenient. So you're gonna put the mic over here, your audio recorder over here, and then this will actually be the place for the physical actual mic that is being used in the wedding. So with this recording, you're actually getting a clean backup, because essentially they're talking into your recorder. Now for the audio recorders, we do have the Zoom F3. So this is an industry standard as well, really sturdy, 32-bit float. The preamps are super quiet and clean. It can be a little bit pricey, but it's worth every single penny, honestly. And with this recorder, I do have all the cables that I need to be able to hook it up to a DJ's board or a speaker. And speaking of recorders, we can't really forget this budget-friendly Zoom H1 recorder. So this Zoom is a budget-friendly 32-bit float recorder. So this one over here honestly have multiple purposes or uses. So sometimes I would hook up my F3 to the DJ's board and then use my H1 and hook it up to the DJ speaker, so I would have another backup as well. And sometimes I would use the H1 and put it on a light stand and put it in front of the speakers, like 3 feet away from the speakers, and record the audio coming out from the speaker. Now, this is not really the best practice, but it gives you another layer of backup audio. If everything fails, then at least you have your last resort. And then the last thing I want to tell you guys about is the shotgun mic. So I use the Comica VM40, but currently I'm using it to record this. So let me show you how it looks like. This is the Comica VM40. It is a really great mic. It is a condenser carotid mic. I use it especially when I'm rigging out my camera, going handheld, then it always have a place on top of my camera. It's a great mic for scratch audio. The quality out of this mic is really great. It always lives on top of my camera, especially when I'm going handheld. So yeah, this is my audio kit for weddings. And again, this is not the right way of doing things, but this is what works for me. Now, if you have a setup yourself, just let me know. Am I missing anything? Is there any piece of tech that could actually elevate the audio production level? Let's have a conversation, because at the end of the day, we all learn from each other's experiences. So yeah, until then, I'll see you in the next one.